It should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just might solve them. Yes, ma'am. This is the message going out to the youth and them live from the WCK band, man. Keep the spirit alive, man. You don't know, speak to someone. Jealousy is always on your mind. Time to put this thing aside, come let we elevate our lives. People want you like you are, they will tell them put your best to, man, just try to your best to make things work. Yo dis tout bouche passé pour manger, pas mêler ça mon palais, avancer pour avancer. Pas si c'est la caca chile, bel pays côté pour nous, on nous voit aller plus loin. Yes, man, take this message, don't know. Keep your mind in school to help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand on it, you can come. Let's build this little island. Here we go. Love sister and brother. Let's go. Encourage another. Let me know. If we just come together, I bet that we can make things better. Let me go. Yes, man. Again. Let me make things better. Listen up. Let me make things better. Let's go. Let me make things better. Again. Ding there. Yes, man. Listen up. Respect all the teachers. Show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just might solve them. Okay.
Dominica, good afternoon. And of course, welcome to another edition of the youngest and the hottest hour on radio right here on You Vibes. And today, we have another amazing, excellent, wonderful, beautiful program for you. So let me urge you to get your pens and get your pencils, get your notepads, get them ready. Because when you see we come back here, we're going to feed you with information on this very special day. Dominica, keep it locked. You are right here on GBS Radio. You Vibes right here, Dominica.
Yes, man. This one going out to the youths and them. Listen up. There we go. I remember how we got before. As a young boy growing up, having some fun around the block. Now this generation gets so vile. I myself, I wonder why is that the trend of our life. Grandma say you safe behind closed door, but that is not true anymore. Society flush you out for sure. Kids today losing their ambition. They want to dress like Gaga and tell them that's not the solution. No man. But the massive there. Speak to the kids and them. Keep your mind on school and help yourself. Education to excel. Don't choose the bottom of the well. Don't grudge and envy your brother, man. Put a hand on if you can come. Let's build this little island. You don't know. Respect all the teachers. Show love for the elders. Your mother don't want you. Don't put yourself in trouble. Head should be on your shoulder, not right down in the gutter. If you have a problem, speak to someone, you just might solve them. Yes, ma'am. This is the message going out to the youth and them live from the WC.
Yes, Dominica, we're back and we are ready. Let us say good afternoon to everyone who's listening. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're having a blessed day. And as said, today, we do indeed have another exciting program for you. Today is a very special day. If you didn't know, today's a very special day. But as you know, You Vibes is a radio program brought to you by the Ministry of Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development. And of course, coordinated by the Youth Development Division. And today is a special day because we can have youth vibes today. And today, I don't even want to say what today is as yet before I get my guest in studio involved, you know? So before I announce or I remind us what today is, let me say a blessed good afternoon to my guest over there in Studio 2. And how are you doing this afternoon?
I want to say a happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful, hardworking women that are striving for the best for themselves and also the community. A happy International Women's Day.
Wonderful. So today is indeed the 8th of March, 2025. And it is International Women's Day.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So let me take this opportunity now to say happy International Women's Day to all the women in Dominica, the Caribbean, the region, and the globe by extension. You know, today, as I told you, it's a special day, you know. And we have with us a special individual who representing for all of the women today to tell us a bit about what is going on in the nature of the Caribbean, Dominica, when it comes to International Women's Day. So you introduced yourself already.
Well, I haven't introduced
Oh, you
myself,
don't
so let me
introduce
go ahead and
yourself.
introduce
Oh,
myself.
introduce
no, I
yourself
have not.
now. Yes.
Okay, so my name is Morelle McIntyre. I'm one of the social workers at the Bureau of Gender Affairs. We are under the Department of Social Services, which is headed by the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Social Services.
Wonderful. Now, before we start to talk about what is happening in Dominica, can you just give us a little background or tell us a little bit about International Women's Day? It's IWD.
Correct.
Wonderful. So, can you just give us a little history?
Okay, sure, no problem. So International Women's Day began back in the early 20th century where women during the labor movement. So during that time, women were fighting for their rights to vote, their right for equality, their rights in the workplace. It really started because in order to advocate for women, something had to be started. So the advocacy and the empowerment of women began. It aimed to also end gender-based violence. And although there is still a gender gap, we have somehow been able to bridge that gap by celebrating International Women's Day every year. International Women's Day also focuses on the family lives, not only their lives in the household, but their lives in the community and in the nation as a whole. As far as Bureau of Gender Affairs, Bureau of Gender Affairs has always been awarding women with awards. But it was back in 2014 when we had our first annual Exceptional Women's Award ceremony. And ever since then, we've been having it every year except for the year of 2020 when we had COVID.
Okay. So, wonderful. So, it's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
You know, and it's not just for everyone listening. It's not just a Dominica thing. That's why it's international.
International,
women.
global, yes.
It's global.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, a little birdie, you know, via an email, told me that, you know, the bureau have been indulging in some activities or have been hosting some activities in recognition of this day.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little about it?
Yes. So as I said a little bit earlier, every year we have an Exceptional Women's Award, and every year there's a theme. So this year, well, just yesterday we celebrated we had the award ceremony at the State House, where we awarded 10 women. I will name the women in a minute. And also we had some special awards that was awarded by the Ambassador of China. So the theme this year is Empowered Women, the Architects of Change and the Future of Tomorrow. So we awarded 10 women with awards in areas such as mental health, cultural change, social change, agriculture, spiritual upliftment. So I'm going to name the 10 awardees that we had yesterday. We had Dr. Nadia Wallace for her contribution in mental health. We had Renanda Christian for her contribution in culture and music. We had Leandra Lander for her contribution in entrepreneurship and social change. We had Ernika Esprit for her contribution in social change. We had Regina Joseph, agriculture. Agnes Joseph, community development. Melissa Morgan, social change. And before I continue, Melissa Morgan was the Bureau of Gender Affairs director for the past 8 years or a little bit more than that. And right now she's studying, so she's taking a break from the department, but we felt the need to award her because she has done so many things for the Bureau. She started the Safe Pilot housing program. I can tell you more about that if you would like. Okay, so continuing, we had Apostle Jody Andrew for her contribution in agriculture, spiritual upliftment. We had Angelica Gasper for her contribution to community development and agriculture. And we had Marlietta Valmont for her contribution in culture. And the special awardees that were awarded by the ambassador of the People's Republic of China were, okay, so these persons were persons from the Dominica Infirmary for their long commitment to taking care of the elderly. So we had Miss Hazelia Bedminster, Mrs. Davina Jeremiah, Miss Urban Henderson, Miss Lisa Reed, and Mrs. Kendra Jeffers. Yeah, so
Wonderful.
it was a 2-hour event, but it was very well put together and it was a successful event. But every year we have it and it's been successful.
Wow.
And it seems to be getting bigger and bigger every year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, it's always wonderful to hear when individuals are recognized for the work that they put in, you know, and to put it under the spectrum, you know, to have women who are the backbone of our society today.
Yes, we are.
Because we will talk a little bit about that about while later.
Okay.
But it's just amazing. So apart from the award ceremony, what else does the Bureau have in the pipeline?
Okay, well, leading up to the International Women's Day, we did some activities or events. We did a session with the Kalinago Business Group, where Gender Affairs did a session on women and the role of men and women in business.
Okay.
So basically, we spoke about how things were back then, the traditional role of women back then, where you would more see women behind the desk doing secretarial work. But now you see women as, for instance, we have a female president. You know, we have women engineers, we have women contractors, we have a lot of different leadership roles that women have taken up. So we did that. That was back, I think, February 28th. And then we did, we work with farmers and fisher folk. So we had a training with the fisher folk of Soufriere, where they were taught by Chef Nyanda on some fish preparation, some fish recipes. They learned how to do bookkeeping, and they learned self-care. Oh, and they also got some fillet sets. And then, as we speak, there is this, let me get the proper name. So the Institution of Fire Engineers, Caribbean and South America has a training going on at Fort Young. So yesterday, Mr. Guy, our coordinator, he held a session there where he spoke on gender and the socio-ecological model. And it's a 3-day retreat. It's headed by the Dominica Fire and Police Organization. Let's call something like that, yeah. And so we are doing things. Next week we plan to have 3 or 4 awardees go talk to the 3 female high schools in Roseau, which is the Wesley High School, the Convent High School, and the St. Martin High School, secondary school.
Wonderful.
So we're going to have 3 or 4 awardees go to speak to them, probably during their homeroom period for like 30 minutes, to speak on them on empowerment and leadership and stuff like that.
Wonderful.
So that's what we've done leading up to International Women's Day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my questions I was going to ask, you know, because, I mean, engaging our young ladies at this point when they're at school, to instill in them, you know, and to help them realize, how important they are to society on a whole. It's of utmost importance,
It is. Yep.
So to know that it is not just done for the adults, but to actually rope in the younger students, the young ladies
Yeah.
into such activities is of course it must be commended. Now you mentioned something and it tickled my interest. So there is a conference you said going on
Yes.
currently?
Yes, at the Fortune Hotel. So it started yesterday and ends tomorrow.
Mm.
But what they're really doing is highlighting the women in the fire service, in the emergency service, those areas. So police officers, the fire officers, and other emergency persons. Yeah, so they have different persons coming down, like they have persons from Turks and Caicos, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Antigua. So different persons are coming to speak to them, and unfortunately I'm not able to be part of it, but Mr. Guy, I think he's there today as well. Yeah.
So big things happening.
Big things are happening.
Even today.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Now let me ask you. So you have seen a lot of these activities take place, right? As a social worker.
I'm fairly new, but yes.
Oh, you're fairly new. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
from what you have seen thus far as a social worker and as a woman on these at these occasions, what would you say to you is your favorite or the best part of International Women's Day and some of the activities that you guys do?
Okay. I would say the best part for me would be seeing women that you don't normally see at the forefront. Because a lot of the women that we do highlight and give awards to are women that are behind the scenes. They make a lot of the things happen, but we don't see them or don't really hear about them. And they've been in their respective places of work for so many years with long commitments, and we don't really hear about them. So this opportunity is really good for us to, we also like collaborate. So we'd speak to other persons in the community and would find, persons that are doing things for the community. So that's how these women come to the forefront. So that is the greatest thing for me as I've been part of the planning for International Women's Day celebration.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, Dominica, I believe we have made great strides, in empowering our women, because I mean when we look at leadership and governance, we can see that remarkable progress has been made with women, especially when we look at in positions of leadership, in ministerial positions,
in parliament, we have I think a 37%.
Yeah,
of women
and that
in
is amazing to see. And of course, the necessary supports have been put in place, legislations to protect women and families. And I mean, these things, it's one day that we celebrate it to really put it under the microscope.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something that I believe even throughout the year that attention needs to be drawn towards, we don't have to wait just for today for us to celebrate the amazing thing that women have been
and that's
doing.
the good thing about Bureau of Gender Affairs, because we do work all year round. We work with women all the time. I mean, we work with men as well.
Yes.
But we work with women all the time when we do empowerment. We do gender sensitizations. We go to the schools. We go to the communities. Like I said, we help farmers. What else? Yeah, so there's a lot of work that we do leading up to International Women's Day. International Women's Day is just one day. The award show is just one day, but we do things prior to that. We have trainings for women. We've done trainings for women in business where it was a CARICOM thing, but 3 or 4 women from Dominica won grants to start their own business. So, so we do things behind the scenes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to allow you to catch your breath.
Okay.
I have a few more questions for you, but I have a special song I would like to play for the women who are listening today. And if you're listening and your significant other, your mother, your girlfriend, your auntie, your grandmother, if they're close to you, just give them a hug, give them a kiss, and just wish them happy International Women's Day. When we come back, we're going to continue our discussion, and we're going to highlight, a few areas I believe that women have been very, very exceeding and excellent in the nature island of Dominica. So keep it locked right here on You Vibes, the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. Once again, just, saying happy International Women's Day to all the ladies, all the women listening.
Voice of the future, speak to me kindly. Ask for what I want, and somehow it find me. Somehow it find me. Somehow it find me. Yeah, hey, hey. I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine. I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey. You can get in line. I am feminine, I am masculine, I am anything I want. I can teach you, I can love you if you get it going on. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. If you got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. Got it going on. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it going on. Yeah, yeah. Eat no evil, speak no evil. I am not the one to cross. They can talk their shit about you long as you know that it's false. I am earthly, I am heaven. I am what I like to be. When I ask for what I want, somehow it find me. Somehow it find me.
Yes, Dominica, as we listen, just pointing out some areas I believe that we all need to, just remember when it comes to that of women in Dominica. It is important to know that in leadership and governance, that Dominica has made remarkable strides with women holding majority of seats in parliament and leading in the senior public sector positions as well. This reflects the nation's commitment to gender equality in leadership and in decision making. And of course, passing legislative protections, the passing of family bills and other legal forms demonstrates that the government is dedicated to protecting the upliftment of women and ensuring their rights and securities in all aspects of life are protected. But of course, we have to mention the excellence in sports and culture. Women continue to dominate in sports, in culture, and in arts. You imagine, we in every sector that we can look and we can think about, there is a woman that is a part of the backbone of that organization and keeps it functioning, keeps it running. So that of culture, sports, arts, excelling in regional and international stages and proving that their impact is beyond traditional spaces. We have to also mention the economic and social progress. Right? Women are increasingly at the forefront of businesses, and not just organizations, but self-owned entrepreneurs. They are at the forefront and they are leading. And of course, we have to commend these women. So let me again just say Happy International Women's Day. It's just amazing. It's just amazing, man. At this point, we're going to make our way back across the studio to, just to bring down the curtains on this beautiful segment of our program. As you know, it's the hottest, what is the shortest hour on radio, right? So we're going to head back across the studio to speak with Miss a little more. To speak with Miss McIntyre a little more, and I'm going to ask her, a little question. Probably just two, not plenty, just two questions. Miss McIntyre, let me ask you this. I mean, yeah, we are celebrating International Women's Day, but there are women out there that probably still need a little push, a little motivation. So for the women out there who are listening on this special day, probably not sure as yet. What is it that they want to do, or where direction they want to go? Are there any words of encouragement that you'd like to share with them?
Sure, yes. So any woman out there that's doubting probably their capabilities or what they can do or what they want to do in their life, I would tell them, start small. Any little advancement that you make will make a difference. You start small and you grow from that. Don't be afraid. Take risk in life. You can start small. You can start in your community, and then you can build onto a nationwide thing. So, just believe in yourself, be positive, follow the right crowd, and never underestimate what you can do, and never underestimate your talent or any doubts that you have in your mind. Just remove them from your mind and just try to be the best you that you can be.
Wonderful. Wonderfully said. Now, it's as I have mentioned and reiterated, it's just an amazing time to acknowledge the women that we have in our lives. If it's not something that you do year round, as you should, at least today, for everyone who's listening and everyone who is watching, because we're live. Yeah, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Everyone listening and watching, we just want to encourage you to say something nice to a woman that's a part of your life today. Do something amazing for her. Take this as an opportunity to make a grand gesture. As we celebrate today, of course, a very, very important day in the history of women and in women empowerment overall. So, Miss McIntyre, I don't know if you have anything else that you need to say. That you need to say. So, let me just give you a minute. Is there anything that you need to say?
Need to say?
Oh, want to say?
Not need, but I just want to we've worked. So the Bureau of Gender Affairs works with QSO International. They're a big partner for us. They they're based in Canada. So they have sent us a gender specialist to work with us over the past 6 months. So she created a gender module for us. It has a whole bunch of different trainings that we're planning to do with the police officers and different sectors in Dominica, so that they can be more gender aware and implement it in their work. And they recently sent a monitoring and evaluation person to us. So they work very closely with us. Some of the programs and sessions that we do run, it's funded by them. So we're very grateful for QSO International.
Amazing, wonderful. So the bureau, the bureau not just in Dominica, they have arms outside,
Yes, I know, yes.
Amazing,
Yes.
wonderful. So this is the part where I give you now a minute to say hi and hello and thank you. Already start doing that, But hi, hello, and thank you to the individuals that you have been working with as you have started doing it, and anyone in particular, your mom, your aunties, just hi, hello, and thank you.
Okay.
Oh yes, you can. Feel free.
Well, I want to say thank you to DBS first of all for having me. It was a nice experience, great opportunity. Like I said earlier, I want to say Happy International Women's Day to all the women, but specifically, to my mom, my grandmother, my sisters, aunties, cousins, all of them. And just I think that's about it.
Amazing. Well, Dominica, there you have it. A strong black woman advocating for women and young ladies and young girls throughout Dominica on today, their very special day. Today is a bigger day than Valentine's, It's supposed to be a bigger day than Valentine's,
It's supposed to be.
Indeed, it is. It is. But, I mean, it's amazing to know that things are happening today. And, of course, let us, say thank you and give commendations to the Bureau for what they have been doing. And, encourage them to keep on doing it, because individuals are being reached, lives are being changed, and knowing that these things are happening kind of gives individuals a little more incentive, to push.
Yeah.
Because the feeling that at probably one point in my life, the thing that I'm doing as a woman will be identified and recognized. I mean, that's an amazing feeling, of course. So once again, just commendations to you guys for what you have been doing.
Thank
and
you.
I do hope that you have a blessed remainder of the activities that you have planned. And you said next week you're going to be visiting some schools.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, Dominica, I mean, hey, it's International Women's Day. Share the love, Call your auntie, call your granny, call your daughter, call your niece, call your mom. And say, Happy International Day, mommy. I love you. I appreciate you. I cherish you. Dominica, this is the youngest and the hottest hour on radio, You Vibes. When we come back, we're going to give you some more information. So make sure you have your pencils close still. When we come back, we're going to give you something else for you to think about. In the meantime, and as we transition from guest to guest, I'm going to play a special song from one of our very own Sons of the Soil right here in Dominica. This one entitled Strong Black Woman by Martin Moise.
Yeah. Crazy with it. Yeah. Martin Moise. Yo. Big old man, you know that you've been so real. To the rough and they come and then narrow. Me talk about time, me talk about sorrow. You're dead only deep, your love never shallow. But still nobody never knew what tomorrow. Sweep on my heart, I'm gonna love you, like today is my last. And if I lose you, at least I love you my best. I'm gonna love you, like today is my last. And if I lose you, at least I love you my best. Strong black woman. Ooh, strong black woman. Yeah. Ooh, strong black woman. Ooh, strong black woman. Yeah. When me did a cheat, give you one set of stress. You say you not leave, no, you never left. If you endure the struggle, then you find happiness. I you show me this man the real life test. Number one face, you smile down all around. Wanna impress your whole account. Stop from the fool, no playing around. Make me show you now. I'm gonna love you, like today is my last. And if I lose you, at least I love you my best. I'm gonna love you, like today is my last. And if I lose you, at least I love you my best. Strong black woman.
Strong Black Woman by one of our own, Madison Noise. Dominica, we're back here on the youngest and the hottest hour on radio. As we get ready for the second segment of our program, we have another strong black woman in studio. Another woman in leadership. Another woman behind the scenes is the backbone of a foundation. Let me take this opportunity to say a blessed good afternoon to one of, not all your own, one of my own. Blessed good afternoon to you, Miss KerryAnn Remie Timothy. And how are you doing this afternoon, Miss? Are you doing this afternoon, Miss? We good?
I'm going very
wonderful,
good.
wonderful. We didn't get you the first time. Excellent. Now, we know that there are a few interesting things happening at the Youth Development Division. And I probably, give them a little sip and tell them something before. But in terms of the STP department, the STP team, what is currently happening at YDD?
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I am KerryAnn Remie Timothy. I work with the Youth Development Division within the Skills Training Program, Youth Skills Training Program. And we're happy to say we have just completed our first cohort of a new initiative that we've had, short courses. Most persons know Youth Division for full-time courses, 4 to 6 months. But we just tried a new initiative of short courses. So we just completed a 12-week small electronic repair in Roseau. We had a 10-week beginner sewing at Cassibers, and we had a 10-week Canva and Photoshop design in Roseau. And currently ongoing is an 8-week financial literacy in Portsmouth. Basically, the short skills were to introduce young people to new skill areas within a shorter period and a specific subject, and to assist in the gaps in terms of expertise and knowledge per particular skills. And then, as usual, we know that Youth Division, we must have our soft skills. So we had our soft skills, time management, anger management, conflict resolution, just to have the person become more well-rounded within the workplace or whatever sphere that they're going to use their skills at.
Wonderful. Amazing. Now, all of those hard works that has been going on, I know that there is a special occasion, a special day that is shortly coming up. Probably sometime next week?
It's next week.
It's next week, a special day. So can you tell us tell Dominica a little bit about that special day?
Well, the Youth Development Division is currently hosting its 4 months, which was one of our full-time program, computer literacy module in 3 communities, Roseau, Granby, and Sensi in the Kalinago territory. And that's the first time that we're having computer literacy at the Kalinago territory. So we're really happy about that.
Yes,
the program commenced on 11th of November 2024, and it comes to an end March 28, 2025. And we have persons doing Microsoft Basic and Advanced in Word, Excel, Basic and Advanced, Access, Publisher, PowerPoint, QuickBooks, typing, basic graphic design, and of course our social and related skills. So when we draw near to the ending of the program, we usually have open day, where the public is encouraged to come in, to see what's happening, to get an idea what the program is about, get an idea what skills training is about, to get the community to buy in for next cohorts of training, and also to just highlight how important skills training is to our economic development as a whole. So we're having open day on Thursday, the 13th of March, 2025. We have it at Grand Bay Youth Center from 2 to 4, the Sensi Digital Hub in Kalinago territory from 2 to 4, and the Dominica Legion building, which is downstairs the Cooperative Division on High Street, from 9:30 to 12 on that day. So we're encouraging the public to come in, interact, get a feel of what the young people have been doing, get a feel of where your young persons can get training, and how important it is to have skills within our, not only our local, but our national and international sphere.
Wonderful, amazing. So, Dominica, you see when I tell you, make sure you have your pens and your pencil and your notebooks close. You understand? Things happening, things are going. As the Jamaicans would say, things are going, big things are going. So we have the 13th of March. That is Open Day. I'll be having it at 3 centers, correct?
At 3 centers.
So,
we currently have 3 full-time courses in computer literacy. So that's where we're having the Open Day.
So we have Grand Bay,
Roseau, and Sensi.
So Dominica, yeah, you watching, you listening, you take a note. We're looking forward to see you there. And when you see you come in, don't come with your arms empty, come with a notebook. So or walk with a pen. So when you see we have the applications, you there and you see what's going on and you understand how dedicated we are to development of young people. You just follow the application one time. You don't even wait for us to announce the next cohort of recruitment that coming up. You just apply one time and make it happen. Now, Miss Remie, you spoke about the short courses, you spoke about Open Day, but are there any other dates that individuals need to bear in mind or pay attention
Well,
to?
we have already been in discussion for our new sets of training, our new cohort of short courses, our new sets of full-time courses. So we're upcoming hopefully in April is our second cohort of short courses. We're looking at smart financing in Grand Bay, coding and game development in Roseau, digital device maintenance and repair in the Kainago territory. So these are 3 of our short courses. So they run between 8 to 12 weeks for these courses. We're also looking at our summer digital camp, which would run from July to August, and it will be in Cassibus and Grand Bay. And then we have ongoing registration for our full-time training in September. We're looking at electricals in Cassibus, construction and AutoCAD design in Roseau, and urban farming techniques in Marigot, which takes in aquaponics, hydroponics, rooftop gardening in the Marigot area.
Wonderful. Hey, see, I tell you, you need your pen and your pencil. Amazing, wonderful. So it's a full scope.
A full scope of training at basically directed to a young person between the ages of 16 to 35.
Wonderful.
Although we made some adjustment for the short courses, and we're encouraging young people as early as 14 to get involved in the skills training program, get exposed to skills. So we're for the short courses, persons as early as 14 can be part of it.
And that's so amazing, because there have been a few individuals who have been asking, some students that are probably not as performing academically in school, when they get their break or when they get their chances over the summer, that they can get involved in these activities, as well as there are some individuals who, because they cannot adapt through the academics in school, who have selectively decided that they will no longer attend it. Hey, this is another this is another way for you to actually engage yourself and gain some level of certification, some level of competency that you can use going forward in the future. So I do hope that you're taking notes. And see, your nephew that decided he's not going back to school, send him by us. We waiting. You watching me, I watching you too. Okay?
I usually tell persons that a skill can become your career path, or it can become a side hustle. That you could have a certain career, but your skill is a side hustle to make extra money, or it can become your career path for life.
Definitely.
So a skill is very important.
Miss Remie, is there anything else that you're missing that you need to say? Anyone that you need to mention? Any partners? The individual before mentioned some partners. I don't know if you have any secret partners that you have to mention as well.
Partners in terms of training. Not that I am aware of in terms of training. We are a government department, or most of our trainings are funded by the government. But I mean, we have departments that we work with. I know that the young lady who came here from social services, that their department usually always calls us to find out what is being offered for young persons, especially those in the juvenile justice system. So I mean, they are our partners, and we get young persons from the courts who come into our program that we can assist and help change their ideologies and their mindset. So they're one of our very good partners, social services. So we're happy for that.
Wonderful. Well, Miss Remie, it's the youngest, it's the hottest, but it's the shortest hour on radio. So is at this time I will give you the opportunity to say hi and thank you and
Well, I'm not sure if I want to say hi, but I just want to remind persons who are listening that the Youth Development Division is located on High Street. You can also contact us on our Facebook page, Dominica Youth Development Division, and our office numbers are 266-3746-3769. So you can contact us, ask us a question, inquire about what training, what areas, the period of the training. So you can just reach out to us. You can also reach out to the youth development officers within the different districts. And just to wish every woman, every lady, what we call them lady, we call them woman, madam. We want to wish them a happy International Women's Day.
Now, you see, I was waiting for you to finish, so so I could take. Well, I'm still going to take this opportunity to say to you, Miss Remie in studio, Happy International Women's Day
Thank you,
today,
Glenn.
and of course to share that sentiment with all of the women at YDD. Today we discussed how women are actually the backbone of a lot of what is going on in Dominica. And just to share the appreciation and gratitude, because today we, as you saw before, we have another strong black woman representing for the women of Dominica and today's International Women's Day activities going on. So, we just want to echo the call, shout it out to everyone so that they hear and that they feel and that they share the love to all of the women that we encounter today, even though, we're supposed to do it every day. But today, this special occasion. So happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you, Glenn.
Wonderful, Miss. You're most welcome. So, Dominica, hi, hello, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon. At this point, I just want you to reach out, as I said, to any female, any woman, any we say woman, we say lady, we say girl, we say young lady. Just reach out to them and just touch them respectfully. Say Happy International Women's Day. If your mother is around, go give her a hug. Your granny, go give her a hug. Your auntie, your daughter, your nieces, your cousins, give them a hug. Because I'm sure this is not something that a lot of people do on an everyday basis. But here is a grand opportunity to do it and to mean it, to wish all women of Dominica Happy International Women's Day. All right? We're listening? So, Miss Remie, I don't know if you have anything else that you need to say. I do not. No announcements. No. So I guess this is where the whole program kind of winds down, So what I'm going to do, I have a few requests that are here. I'm just going to play this request for the individual who made it. They requested me to replay this song. So, Dominica, you're tuned into the youngest and the hottest hour on radio, You Vibes, right here on DBS.
I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine. I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey. You can get in line. I am feminine, I am masculine.
We have a call on the line. Caller, good afternoon. You're live on You Vibes. We lost that caller. Please feel free to call back.
I'm classic, I'm modern, I live by my own design. I'm cherry, I'm lemon, I'm the sweetest key lime pie. I'm electric, I'm bass, I'm the beat on my own drum. I can make you goosebumps raise with the joints and on my thumb. Only love can get inside me. I move it in my own timing. Voice of the future, speak to me kindly. Ask for what I want, and somehow it find me. Somehow it find me. Somehow it find me. Yeah, hey, hey. I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine. I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey. You can get in line.
Let us turn to the telephone once again. Caller, good afternoon. You're live on Youth Vibes.
Okay, sorry. All right, sorry.
Okay, that caller probably has the wrong number, but Dominica, it's International Women's Day.
Speak no evil, I am not the one to cross. We can talk this shit about you, long as you know that it's false. I am earthly, I am heaven, I am what I like to be. When I ask for what I want, somehow it finds me.
So, Dominica, as I wind down this afternoon, I just want to leave you with this quote, and I do hope that you remember it forevermore. And it says, there is no force more powerful than a woman determined to rise. So once again, we have said it a lot of times today. Oh my, I almost forgot to say a special happy International Women's Day to the women in my life, to my mother, to my girlfriend, to my grandmother and my aunties and my sisters. Happy International Women's Day to you today. Oh, as well as happy International Women's Day to the backbone of where I am, my division. Good afternoon to my chief. Happy International Women's Day to you and my assistant chief. Wow. Probably if I'd left the radio and didn't say that, they would probably pull my ears when they meet me outside. But yes, once again, happy International Women's Day to all of the women in Dominica. Happy International Women's Day to all of the women in leadership. Happy International Women's Day to my minister and my PS and all of the women at the ministry and in government. If I have to continue wishing happy International Women's Day, I might not finish. So Dominica, we're going to take this one more time from Son of Our Soil, Mr. Mattison Moise. And with this will be my cue to exit. So let me say blessed good day to you, Dominica. Blessed good day to everyone who's listening and locked onto the live. And once again, happy International Women's Day.
Yo. Big old man, you know that you've been so real. Children from the come and then narrow. Me talk about time, me talk about sorrow. You're dead only deep. Your love never shallow, but still nobody never knew what tomorrow. Sweep on my heart. I'm gonna love you like today is my last. And if I lose you, at least I love you my best. I'm gonna love you.